Hello and welcome. Today's exciting episode is a fabric haul. It started out as a pink fabric haul, but then I remembered I had some blue fabric. So it's a pink and blue fabric haul, and I make one of them into a dress.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
So here they are, all the gorgeous fabrics. I love pink and dark blue together. They just look so gorgeous. So I actually filmed the pink ones and then I was like, well, to be honest, I bought the blue ones and they arrived. So I shall show you these exciting new blue fabrics. They're actually quite boring, but I'll show you the blue ones and then I'll show you the old footage that I already shot of the pink ones. And while you're watching that, I'll go and make a dress and then I'll show it to you at the end. I've already seen the dress. It's absolutely adorable. Okay, so first of all, I had a pink jacket up because it was going to be pink. So this is my pink Monet one. The tweed is from Linton Tweeds and I bought it about 2 years ago now. It's pink and it's got some flecks of dark red in there and white. It's so cute and it's really textural. I love it. And then the silk lining is sort of like watercolors, water stained in all different colors, and that was the inspiration for this colorful beaded trim. It's a little over the top though. It's a bit much. I mean, I really enjoyed making it and I love the way it looks, but it's just a bit too three-dimensional. So I'm thinking of maybe taking it off and just embellishing the jacket, so beading it all over, sort of like the pink and blue one that I have, but probably just pink on pink, or maybe I'll use the fluoro. I'm not sure. I love the way that it is, but yeah, I think if I took all those beads off and made a separate jacket out of all those beads, I would absolutely adore it. Anyway, to the fabrics, there was this sale on quilt backing fabric is double wide. It's actually slightly more than twice as wide as quilting fabric, so that once you've made your quilt, the back of it, the underside, is just one big bit. You don't have to sew a couple of strips together. So they had a sale on, I think they were just clearing some out. I don't know if this is a Christmas one or not, but it's all different stars in metallics. And I just think it's really pretty. I'm not sure whether you'd use it on a quilt because I'm not sure you'd want to sleep on, metallics. But it's really beautiful. And I bought like 3 yards. So that's over 6 yards of fabric. And I just want to use these quilting fabrics for my mock-ups next year because I've got loads of vintage style patterns that I want to make as dresses. So this is another one, and this is a linen look. It's supposed to look like linen, or it's just sort of cross-hatching, and it's in a steely grey colour. So it's yarn dyed, so the back of it is grey as well, and then the front has got this beautiful texture on it. It's just, I just love it so much. And these are some of the dresses that I've got the patterns for, but I haven't made them yet. I do have some contemporary ones, but most of them are vintage. A lot of them vintage Vogue and Butterick and Simplicity from the 1930s, 1940s, 50s, 60s. I do have a couple of current day ones, but they sort of, they're very vintage inspired as well. I did make one similar to this, but I think it was a Butterick, the one I made, and this is Simplicity one. Looks absolutely gorgeous. So, and this one, it's so chic and grown up. I'm not sure it's really me, but I'm going to try and make it anyway because it's so pretty. Anyway, so that's why I bought all these big, because a lot of them have full skirts, and I love making vintage dresses out of quilting cotton, but it's just not wide enough to get the tips of the full skirts. So you have to sort of piece bits of fabric together. So I thought instead I'll buy these double wides, and that way I'll be able to do the skirt without the historically accurate piecing, but it takes a while to sort of sew them together and then do the skirt. So that's why I bought these. And again, I think I bought 3 yards, which works out to just over 6 yards in normal quilting fabric. So you can sort of see the blue tinge of it there, whereas when I was filming it, in the very direct sunlight. You couldn't. So there's one more, and it's yet another blue one. I do love navy blue. And this, again, it's the double white. And this one I thought would be good because the back of the fabric is white and the front is patterned. So when you're doing videos, it's really helpful to have very different front and back of your fabric so that you can say, you know, you do this on the right side, you do this on the reverse of the fabric. So, and if you think this print looks slightly familiar, I do have it in a, this is another dress. It's actually a petticoat, but I want to make it as the blue one as a dress. So I've got the really light grey one, and then, this one as well. They're the same, but they look completely different. So the grey one is going to be an Empire Line baby doll dress. I just haven't got around to it yet. And this one is, going to be a couple of different vintage dresses. And there's definitely enough for two, but there might be enough for like a bodice mock-up of another couple as well. But I really like that there's such a difference between the outside of the fabric and like the right side and the wrong side. That's going to make it much easier to do certain steps and video them. So plus it's really pretty. So and those were the three that I got from the quilting ones. I mean, they're kind of boring, I guess, but really practical, and I'm going to use them. And then there's just one more blue fabric. It's got a navy blue base, but I think it kind of looks more like black, I guess. And I just fell in love with these flowers. I think the creamy vanilla white one is supposed to be helleborus, and then there's forget-me-nots and little pansies and anemones. It's just so cute, but I think it's a digital print, so the scale is weird on some of them. Like the asters look giant and the wild strawberries are the scale is a little bit hinky on some of them. So I'm like, is that purple one sage, or is it? It's really weird. So that purple one there, I think that's supposed to be sage, and they just blew it, kept, enlarging it until it filled the space, or you could actually see the flowers. And but I just think it's such a cute mix. I mean, I do wish there were more perfumed flowers in there. They're all sort of ones that don't. I guess the pale pink one might be a wild rose, but the rest of them, I think the little white ones are supposed to be. And this is I'm going to do that McCall's white dress out of it, just a really simple one. And it's a cotton canvas, so I guess quilters use it to make a bag to carry around the quilt they're making or something. I just thought it was really pretty. Or maybe it's like a decorator fabric. It's just plain cotton though. It's not treated or anything, so it's perfectly fine to use it for a dress. And I love the way, I did sort of think about buying a bit extra to make, because I really want to make, this is a mini Dior, vintage Dior, and I want to make a jacket version of that. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, I could just buy 1 yard and make a jacket out of it. But I don't know, I'm still sort of drawn to the idea of making it out of actual flowers rather than a print of flowers. So I'm going to go and make that dress out of this one here, and I will let you see the other pink fabrics in my, the bit that I already recorded. So I will see you in a little bit. I'm going to go make that dress. It turns out so pretty. So here we go, the other 5 fabrics. I had a different jacket on the sideboard for this one. So this is also a lint and tweed, but this is from, 2010 maybe. And I had some dark red buttons and dark red seed beads that sort of look almost black. They're from Japan. And I just paired them together, and I love that jacket so much. It's really understated and so practical. I love it. It's a really good everyday dress. So this one is first of the 5 fabrics is a flannel, so a brushed cotton. And I've just never seen a cotton with an autumn and pink floral print before. It's like something from the 1970s or something. And I just want a shirt out of this. In the cooler months, I love a shirt made out of a brushed cotton. They are like vintage look shirt. They are just adorable because, yeah, it's just so pretty, and it's nice, and it's got a nice pop of colour without being too over the top. And I'm just going to make it up into a standard button-up shirt. And yeah, long plain sleeves, no puffy. It's just going to be, yeah, it's just really lovely. And so unusual. And the camera hates that camera. I could not get a good shot of it, but it's absolutely lovely in real life. Okay, so next we have a metallic. It's very fantastic. So if you saw my KonMari, my tweeds episode, I mentioned that I have this small bit of Chanel tweed that I want to turn into a jacket, but it's not enough in itself. So I have to make the jacket out of something else. Then I'll carefully lay this one small piece of tweed I have over the top and hand stitch it in. So I'm thinking and it's got pinks and greens in there. I already have some metallic green fabric, but then I saw this and I was like, ooh, this is even better. So yeah, when I get to that jacket, because it involves a lot of hand sewing, so I'm going to have to wait until I have time for it. But yeah, either this one or the other one. And if I don't use it for the Chanel, then I'll just make a normal jacket out of it and bead it, because I've got hot pink, magenta and red sequins in all novelty, so leaves and flowers and butterflies. So yeah, I'll make a jacket out of that if I don't use it on the Chanel. But it was just such a gorgeous colour, I had to get it. This is trouser weight or a summer coat weight fabric for it's cotton, and I just thought the print was really unusual. I think it's supposed to be a stylized fairground, like a carnival. The print is just nothing like anything I have, so I thought it was interesting. And so probably McCall's white dress or the Butterick 6677, that blue one, the longer one. Yeah, I've only got 2 yards, but it's full fashion width, so 60 inches wide or 150 centimetres. And yeah, the navy blue base. I am a sucker for gorgeous colours on a navy blue base. I really am. So that's what I bought this for. Or, I mean, I could make a jacket. Next year I'm planning to make up lots of jackets, and it's enough to do one of the sort of coat length jackets. So maybe I'll use it for that, but it would make a very beautiful shift dress, just a plain simple dress. And then we have, this is adorable. Again, pink and red, love the colour combination. And of course, green is my favourite colour, so it ticks so many boxes. It's a rayon, so again, it's just going to be a simple dress and a simple sleeveless dress. And I love it. It is a little bit on the see-through side. So I've got a pale pink. So I'll try them, either the pale pink or the white cotton. I'll just fully line it, both the bodice and that's the pale pink. It makes the pale pink of the rayon pop a little more and look a little more pink. But I assume white will do the same thing. I'll try both when I get around to making this dress. And yeah, it's so pretty. And I know it's a little bit too thin to make it as a dress, but as long as you fully line it, it will be absolutely gorgeous. And then we have one more fabric, and believe it or not, this is a denim. Unfortunately, it's actually a stretch denim. I just assumed it would be a plain denim, but it doesn't really make much difference the way I use things. It's just delightful. I bought it because it's so cute, but also I love those. Just in case you think the flannel, the brushed cotton that I showed you first is like this one, they're not really alike at all, but I guess they're sort of the same genre, but this is more Hello Kitty, if you get what I mean, and the other one is more 1970s. As I said, there's a tiny, I think it's like 2% stretch, and the rest is denim cotton, but yeah, it's it's just adorable. I love it so much. It reminds me of cherry blossoms. And I'm going to make a vintage suit out of it. So a very cropped jacket and a plain dress. So it's denim is sometimes even wider than fashion width. It can be up to 70 inches. So I think this is somewhere between 60 and 70. I haven't measured it, but it's super wide. In a minute, you'll see my sleeveless dress made out of 2 yards of fabric. So yeah, there's plenty of room here to make a really cropped jacket and the dress as well. Or I guess I could make a coat with it, because those sets of the jacket and the dress, they're usually plain fabric. So maybe it's a bit much for that. And I am trying to make loads of mock-ups of jacket patterns I haven't used before next year. So I don't know. Maybe if I decide to make a coat, that's the mock-up fabric I'll use. I don't know. We shall see. But anyway, those are the fabrics there. And now it is time to return to, well, you can tell from the jacket, it's the footage of when I shot the blue fabrics. And you'll notice that one of them is missing because I've turned it into a dress. I love this dress. It is so darn pretty. So I used the bodice from the McCall's pattern, and I just altered the shoulder line slightly because my shoulders are a lot smaller and it's sleeveless, so you don't need to worry about, fitting the sleeve on. And then the skirt is just the rest of the fabric. And yes, it's pretty much zero waste. There was a square left over because it's so wide. It's 150 centimeters or 60 inches wide. And so I made the bodice, and then there was a little square of fabric left over. So I cut it into 3, and that's the yoke of the skirt. I'm not sure it looks fabulous. Next time I might leave it out, but I was just concerned that the dress might not be long enough. And this is a gorgeous length. So yeah, it does have an awkward line there, but so the skirt is 2 tiers, and the first tier is maybe 60 inches around. So, and then the skirt is double that, like the body of the skirt is double that. And this is it from the back. And so it's just it's a high neck bodice, and the back you just put a hook and eye on. I haven't sewed them on yet. I literally just did the machine sewing. So there's a little bit of hand finishing to do, but oh my gosh, doesn't it look pretty? I knew it would look gorgeous. And this is it with my vintage citrus sash, just tied in a little bow. It's just the prettiest dress. I was going to get out my yellow flower jacket and put that on, but I think I showed it to you quite recently, so I didn't want all the videos to look the same. But oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Now I want to make a floral jacket out of blues and purples, because I think it's going to be a cropped jacket, and it's just going to look absolutely delightful over the top of this. And I love it with the necklace. It's just, it turned out exactly, as soon as I saw the fabric, I was like, oh, I know exactly what I want to do with that. And it turned out just like I wanted it to. It's so pretty. So to recap, we had started with the blue quilting fabrics, the extra wide, the Galaxy. Okay, that one's black with metallic gold and silver. But I don't know, in my mind and this is a steel grey that looks very grey on camera, but it's actually got a bluish tinge to it. And this is finally one that actually looks blue. Well done me. And as I said, what I like about that is the back is white, so it's going to be really easy to shoot film videos with that one. And then we had this one, which I turned into a dress. Then I cut back to the old footage of the pinks, and then we came back and I made the dress. Obviously, I'm now going to go and play dress-ups with all my jackets to see which one suits it best. I think I really love the green in it. And yeah, as I said, if I make a flower jacket in purples and dark blues, it's going to look magnificent. Yeah, I'll get right on that. I've got this massive list of things I want to finish before the end of the year. So yeah, I can't see a floral jacket in my near future, but definitely next year. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, rifle through your fabric stash, get out a truly magnificent print and make it into a very simple dress that shows off the pattern because, yeah, so cute. Okay, happy sewing.